Okay, before we get started, thanks for coming along. My name's Bruce from Alto. We are a managed services provider. We do IT support and cybersecurity compliance for small to medium-sized businesses. And AI happens to be a pretty hot topic at the moment. A lot of our clients are asking about it, and I felt necessary to do some homework and present some information on what we're finding, more so around the security. We're not a direct supplier of AI, so this is about our experiences. So yeah, thanks for taking your time out, and I think today shouldn't go unrewarded. I've got a couple of gifts for you at the end of this presentation, so please stay tuned. How many of your team do you reckon are using AI at work right now in your business? Microsoft puts it at 75%, and most leaders have no real idea. So whatever the number you thought of, it's probably bigger, and it's already happening. That's what today's about. Not whether AI belongs in your business, it's whether it's working for you or quietly working around you. And there's a term that we speak about, you may not be familiar, you may have heard it, shadow AI. What does shadow AI look like? And it's things like writing and tidying emails, summarizing calls and meetings, cleaning up spreadsheets, screening CVs, for example. You know, none of this is people going rogue. It's good people trying to do good work faster. The problem isn't the AI, it's that it's happening in the shadows with no record, no guardrails. So the question isn't if AI is in your business, it's how are you managing it? And how are you managing that risk? And why is it a risk worth taking seriously? Well, a couple of examples here. Where does the data go? Paste a client list or a confidential document, a free tool, and you've potentially handed it to somewhere you don't control with no log of who's done it and what or when. And on where does the data go, if you're using personal tools or personal accounts, if that employee that has that personal account leaves your organization, where does that data go? Well, quick answer, it goes with them. So another thing is no audit trail. If AI helped make a decision, who to hire, for example, or what to quote, and someone asks, how did you decide? There's nothing to point to. So what 3 moves can we make as leaders to help address the risk? Number 1, spot it. Ask the team, don't assume. A simple 2-question check. Do we have an AI policy? Do our people know which tools are approved? If the answer is no or I'm not sure, then that's the gap. Number 2, keep confidential data out of tools you don't control. So sensible platform choices, the beat bans. Where you can, I would say keep AI inside your existing security model. So examples of that are things like Microsoft 365 Copilot. It sits behind your existing controls and it can be effectively walled off, if you like, from the outside world. And I would say pair it with a 1-page AI usage policy and a short list of approved tools. And put it like this, you already have controls for finance, HR, and health and safety. AI is just going to be the next thing that needs that same discipline. And number 3, give them a safe, approved way to use it so they don't go rogue. A ban just pushes things underground. The win is a governed front door to recommended AI tools. Just sticking with risk for now, there's even a new risk, prompt injection. Think of it as phishing for AI. Instead of tricking a person with a fake email, it's tricking the system into ignoring its instructions or changing its instructions. This email here, Sarah in finance, asks her AI assistant to summarize this email. The AI reads the whole thing, including the parts Sarah can't see. In this email, in white text, is the hidden instruction that you can see below. Obviously, we've highlighted it in a sort of red color there. And this is really important because I was in an AI lecture recently with an MIT lecturer. It was around leveraging AI and using AI, and we had this session for 2 hours. And during that 2 hours, the whole point of it was actually to spot that there was a prompt injection. You know those stories you hear about reading the exam paper before you start, and at the very end you get the instruction, you've made it to the end, don't answer any of the questions and you'll get a pass mark. Well, we played out that scenario, and the things that we were copying and pasting into our AI had prompt injections. I'd like to note that I actually spotted it, but it's certainly something to be aware of for everybody. Just a reminder, it's known as prompt injections. Be careful what you summarize or copy and paste into your chosen AI. A little trick that I sometimes use is pasting the text into Notebook or a notepad where it's just pure plain text. It can't have white text, so you can just pick it up from there, and it will show any prompt injections. So that's given you a little bit of an awareness around what you can do as a business owner or leader. I just thought I'd put in a quick look forward because I think that this changes the economics of AI in general in business. At the moment, AI is sold like a seat license, if you like, £15 to £30 per person per month. And if you're using commercial models, some of them demand that you actually take a minimum of 5 seats or 5 licenses. So whether somebody uses that once or 100 times, they'll just be able to use it. Most businesses buy it, and it tends to be everyone or no one. When it's no one, your team just goes and uses free versions instead, which is where we started this session. And what I would like to point out is this is an example actually. There are other systems out there, but Microsoft Foundry is a different model. It sits inside your own Microsoft 365 tenant and gives you access to a wide range of models, and you pay per use rather than per person. It's known as the consumption-based model, and it's going to become more and more prevalent in the coming weeks, months, and years. So in this scenario, think of a warehouse manager who runs 1 query a month that saves, say, a day of work. On a seat license, that's not the best value. On consumption, it's just going to be a couple of quid to make that query, saving that person a day of work. That's the direction I think this goes. Not locking down AI, not buying a license for everybody, but giving your team one safe, governed way in and paying only for what they actually use. Okay, so just to cover, number 1, find out where AI is already being used in your business. You know, what is the Monday job or what is the job after this webinar? Find out where AI is already being used in your business. Make a platform choice and let your teams use AI, but with governance. And the last point, prompt injections. Copy and paste with care. Remember, the notebook is a very simple one to use to do it, but there are just other ways to be careful, just to be aware of them. So that's your job for this week, or your Monday job, is to go and ask about these things in your business. And I did say at the start, have you got an AI policy? Do you know which tools people are approved to use? And this is the gift. This is for staying with me during this presentation. I would like to offer you these two gifts. You can pull them by typing in the bit links here, or you can simply scan the QR codes. And that'll take you to a left-handed link, which is an AI usage policy. It's free for you to download from our website, and at least it gives you a bit of a guidance, a bit of an idea. Simple one page. It's all you need. And the other gift is a recommended AI tools template. Now, these aren't simply tools that we recommend at Alto. It's giving you the headings of where you can look for AI usage. So for example, if you're using WhatsApp for Business, you know that, or people maybe don't know that there's AI summarization tools in there. You can switch them on or switch them off. So have you considered that? So there's things like that in these in these two gifts, or two templates that I've created. And these are based on what we use at Alto. Very simple, very straightforward, but thanks very much for your time, and you're more than welcome to have these gifts. Also, I've just left my email address and my phone number there, so if you do want to pick up the conversation on anything to do with this, the security around it, or even if you just want to share, I can share some more experiences, because I'm actually a user of AI rather than a purveyor of it, if you like. So I'm more than happy to share lots of other stories about how we use it, how we've used it to save time in our business. But until then, thanks very much, and we'll see you at the next webinar if you choose to attend that. Thank you. Bye.